Hi everyone, here we are at the Protestant fucking church, which is responsible for this fucking genocidal fucking crucifix, which has 4 big black fucking dildos or cocks, depending what you prefer, around it. And then some little tiny white cocks for the genocidal Nazi fucking scum who are fucking terrorists and have done everything they have throughout history to prevent unity. Unity. One world. Zero Nazi scum. Now, N,N-dimethyltryptamine, essential nutrition. Deprivation causes genetic degradation and viral RNA mutation. Nazi drug policy equals bioterrorism. Now, Nazi drug policy it gets a bit complicated because in South Australia you're allowed to have... See, this clearly is not a swastika. This is clearly a fucking crucifix with as much respect as it fucking deserves on its side, with some nice black cocks, which I ironed because at least there's something. At least there's 4 things on that fucking flag that are worthy of respect. The rest of it's just a fucking rag from some Nazi little dick fucking white cunts who are fucking terrorists. And if we go back to the original fucking Nazi genocide, to this word here, tripped. See, in South Australia, you're allowed to publicly have a swastika, even though that is meant to look like a swastika, but even though it arguably isn't, because it is arguably to represent these genocidal fucking, the most dangerous genocidal fucking religion known to mankind, the Protestant fucking church, which really ties into all Christianity or all Catholicism and all the cunts who fucking like their crosses. Now, Hitler was a Protestant fucking, crucifix fucking cunt, right? But for some reason he put this other sign. He used the peace sign for other religions, which I mean no disrespect, in my artistic educational display. But by all rights, Hitler should have been... Why weren't Hitler's planes covered in crucifixes? Now, tripped. TRYPT, the first 5 letters of tryptophan, the most important amino acid, essential amino acid. Now, I've made a lovely boomerang question mark for... America has done everything they can to... Most people didn't know the level of science that... Well, I didn't. I don't know what most people fucking know, to be honest. Like, I'm not most fucking people. But me personally, I did not know how educated Germany was prior to Nazi Germany. I did not know that Germany was very trans-friendly, very open-minded. I've always thought of Germany as genocidal, and I apologise for that. That's my own racial bias, because that's all I've known. So I've put the question mark there because Germany actually had... Their science was basically figuring out the forbidden fruit. Now, the forbidden fruit is associated with these crucifix-loving cunts, which is associated with these star-spangled, tiny-cocked, white fucking Nazi cunts who like to pretend the world's stupid, who, are arguably, the most genocidal fucking insidious cunts there are. But that ties in, so you've got, you know what, they murdered millions of Jewish people, innocent Jewish people, and they violated a sacred sign at the same time as stealing the science from Germany that now the other side of tripped is tryptamine, and N-dimethyltryptamine, which is essential. Now, so they stole the science, they created a war, they killed millions of Jewish people. Now, the Jewish people had the same as a lot of German academics. They rejected Catholicism. They didn't want a bar of it, right? And what do? What happens when you reject Catholicism? They fucking murder you. Very insidious, the most insidious, dangerous religion. Not just associated with the genocide of the Jewish people, but associated with the genocide of Indigenous Australians. Now, many probably don't know, or may not know. It was William Cooper was one of the first people, or the first Australian to stand up against the Holocaust and stand up for the Jewish people, and marched on the embassy. You know, back before Aboriginals were able to vote. Now, it sort of went from, but this institution is also associated with what? Like the genocide of Nazis. White cunts with little tiny fucking cocks who like to put fucking black men in chains. And who like to, and fucking Hispanics, fucking, you know, and that's just some of the cultures that I'm familiar with. Fucking Nazi America and this is why, see, genocide can be really blatant and ugly, like the poor Jewish people, which I give my respect to. I said in one of my previous videos, like, I've worked with the Jewish community in Melbourne and was credited to one of, I think it was Viv rung me up, and I'm pretty sure it's in relation to the William Cooper March. I've interviewed Abram. Sorry, it was over 10 years ago. I have that footage somewhere. If that's ever to be published, it will be done so respectfully, and it needs to be, you know, treated with the respect it deserves. And I actually wish, like, now I haven't looked back on it because I don't know how to access it. The banner says, Universal Asylum hacked. The Universal Asylum website is completely out of my control. I am SOSing world leaders. There is another option. There's so many layers of education to this presentation. One of those is that Universal Asylum laid claim to a leaderless system of governance about 4 years ago. Now, the South Australian Division of Counterterrorism can confirm that. So there is another option to Nazi America, which I think has most of the world petrified at the moment. And I don't fucking blame them. I certainly have been doing everything I can to try and, raise the terror alert. The fact that they know. Now, the Germans figured it out, and then they created a war, stole the fucking science, created so much chaos and terror that once the dust settled, no one knew. In the 50s and 60s, it happened again. The same thing, but basically the same thing happened again. the 1971 War on Drugs policy of the UN and the World Health Organization is enough to prove that they are bioterrorists. They, with the science that was available, see, and this is why terror is so subtly written, and it has the syringes, TE, very subtle. You know, it's sort of, and it's to do with the medicalization and the war on drugs. Now, the war on drugs is fucking, you know, it's bioterrorism. By basically denying people essential nutrition, they are causing genetic degradation, and they fucking know it. That is bioterrorism. They are also creating, now these are meant to be, I've written about like different parasites and bacteriophages and stuff like that that are essential, but without the right nutrition they can become pathogenic and stuff like that. Then we use that for fear. Ooh. Then we have a COVID for the O, so we got a couple of R's. I like this one. It's got Pansies Whisper Sweet. Pansies Whisper Sweet. And I'm saying fuck you to a big fuck you to fucking Nazi America, fucking cunts. Now, I am fucking desperately seeking world fucking leaders. There is another option. I've been like, and the stupid doctors can't get it through their dumb cunt heads, right? I'm trying to build a leaderless government over the top of existing governments so that we can all slowly put our guns down and eventually work towards world peace. You know, I'm trying to, and now I've been hacked. That's the irony. I've been trying to say we need to set up this fucking technology. We need to set it up so it's safe. And that hasn't, and in the meantime, whilst I've spent 4 years banging my head against a brick wall, getting arrested for trying to, you know, promote, you know, trying to fucking, you know, mediate world fucking peace, which is hard. Like, we've got, I don't know how many countries there are, how many races there are, and they've all got this beef against each other. And, you know, one of the biggest troublemakers in the world is the one that has the flag that represents that in colours, shapes, and you know, all the things I've described, the characteristics. Now, what America like to do is America like to turn countries against each other, but it's not just Americans, it's the church. It is this insidious institution, particularly the Protestant church, which is known to be one of the most violent, ruthless, insidious churches there is. This church is fucking dangerous. Fuck. And, you know, so, yeah, now I've been hacked. So I don't know what's going to happen if I actually get the, so the church, like, I know I have a patent, a US patent document that proves that the USA knows that China did not cause COVID. Now, I don't know much about China, to be honest, but I know China didn't cause COVID. I also know China rejected monotheism. It rejected the church, and quite rightfully so. Fucking white cunts with little tiny fucking cocks and their stupid fucking insidious crucifix come and started building their fucking toxic, fucking dangerous churches in China. And then what happened was the Chinese said, like, fuck off with your church or whatever. They didn't want anything to do with the church. So after, then the fucking white cunts with the little tiny cocks then wrote letters all across the world. And you know what they did? Boats come from all over the world and they massacred the Chinese people. They shot them and they stole their artworks and they put them, I think we got a museum over there. They put the artwork in white museums all over the world. Now, I fucking, you know, and I don't blame countries for standing their ground in certain things. I don't know all the ins and outs of, you know, I don't know how many countries there are, who's got beef with who and what, you know. I'm trying to provide an option that if we're going to have technology like AI, it needs to be set up properly. We can set it up to govern so we do not have Nazi fucking scum in dangerous positions of power. And I'll probably get arrested and thrown in a fucking mental institute for this again. And they can't work it out. They are so fucked in the head. The doctors are... Sorry, kids. Some kids. Me swearing. Yeah, I get locked up for basically trying to suggest that, you know, and of course a social worker is going to come up with how to use... I can prove 2007 I was inspired. 2010 I come up with a key concept for basically essentially a computer program which was designed for a 200-person hypothetical program that has evolved to a leaderless system of governance. So, you know, I am so shit with a computer that I've been hacked to fuck and I've lost control. I don't have control of any of my business account, so I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't have control of lost control of my computer. I can log in, but I don't have administrator control. And that's the irony. I've been like advocating for years for this to be set up safely, and it hasn't. And yeah, now I don't know. If I get attention, I'm not sure what sort of attention, like, if basically they can change anything on my website. They can delete my website if they want, which has all the evidence, you know, that prove that, yeah, I've been trying to stop people like Trump getting in power because they are dangerous, genocidal, or maybe he's not. Maybe he will prove me right. Prove me wrong. And maybe he'll go, yeah, Mark's fucking right. It's a good idea. We need to set things up fucking safely. Like, I went and spoke to this really cool, he was actually a really good Chinese bloke, about being hacked. And he's like, there's fucking nothing you can do, mate. Basically, you're fucked. But anyway, I'm going to pack up now. I've done well for today not to get arrested. So, yeah, I'll leave it there. We'll catch us a bit later. And yeah, I'll put this up. I might do a tour and do some more little fucking, what do you call them? Fucking art things. Yeah. Little art shows here and there.